Just so random. I have something else I wanted to share with y'all as we get on to the next topic, because I'm kind of done about talking about that. That was kind of sad. And the Tory Lanez thing, I really wasn't interested in that. Make sure to like and subscribe. We're going to get on to this next topic. This one, man, this one had me. They got me on this one. They got to my emotions a little bit, because I'm passionate about music and I'm passionate about DJing. So, again, make sure to like and subscribe to the Ones Twos podcast. This is a podcast that it's meant for people that ain't really into the whole popular thing. I don't do this for the majority. I don't do this for the big views. I do this for people who like music and also maybe into DJing, and maybe you can get something out of this. And like I said, I like DJing. So you're going to hear a lot of DJ type material on this podcast. Ones and twos, two decks, left and right, of course. That's where the name came from. Let me get to the point. So there was a post that was put up on Instagram, and I caught whim of it in the morning, early in the morning. It's too early to get me on some stuff like that, especially on a Tuesday. So the post kind of went something like this. Let's see if I can find it. I'm going to get quicker at this, y'all. I promise you. So the post kind of looked like this. This is what the post looked like. I wish some of these DJs in Dallas would break records instead of trying to be celebrities. Right? I'm not going to say he posted it, because do I have respect for the guy that posted it? He's a business owner. He's done pretty big things, supposedly. Do I have respect for him? Not really. But as a human being, I don't think it's really my place to just bash other businesses and whatnot. I don't believe in that. They could do it to me, but I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that karma stuff. Like, if I bash their business, it's gonna come back to me. No, it won't. God's gonna handle that. If you effed up, you will get dealt. But he posted something like this, public post, and I was like, man, let me just chime in and get my 2 cents, because I've met this guy before. He seemed like a cool guy. It's like, maybe we can have a conversation about it, because I feel like this is totally false. Now, DJing. The obligation of DJs are obligated to break in records. What does that mean, to break in records? It means to play new stuff, bring new stuff to the forefront. Especially if you're a club DJ, radio DJs too. That's their job, is to keep up with what's going on. The problem is there's so many local artists that never get a chance to even get their song on the radio, to get their song played at the club, and they feel in their hearts that they could be the next big artist. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Getting into the music industry and becoming successful is almost like winning the lottery. Again, your chances of making it to the NBA are much higher than you actually being a successful rapper, singer. You probably have a better chance in acting, being a successful actor, than being a successful rapper or musician. Just keeping it real with y'all. It's a lot of people out here who really think they can do it. And y'all have heard the songs on the radio. Compared to the 80s and 90s, definitely watered down. The beats sound dope. Content, So I replied to this, and he did not take it too kindly. And I'm kind of paraphrasing everything. I'm not going to paraphrase it too much. I'm going to try to be on point as much as possible. But I pretty much said, if the artists had good music and they established relationship with the DJs, they would get on. They would get their records broken in. So let me break that down. There's DJs that get approached by so many artists. So many artists. What makes your track stand out above everybody else's? Everybody's emailing these DJs. Everybody's approaching them. Everybody's like, listen to my stuff, listen to my stuff, listen to my stuff. And these DJs, especially if they're radio DJs, they have to play what the program director tells them to. So they get paid by the record labels to play songs on the radio. So if you want to get your song definitely played on the radio, what does that usually mean if you're talking to a radio DJ? Especially a radio DJ that's on a syndicated radio network that's highly funded by other radio and music label corporations. That means you might have to pay to get your song on the radio. You rather pay for bottle service and all this crap. You rather pay for weed and your grams and these hoes out here who don't really care about you, but you bat an eye when they ask you for a few hundred to get your song on the radio. So you have to invest and put your song on the radio when it deals with DJs like that. Now, the problem is, this guy that made this post, he was talking about only celebrity DJs, or I guess DJs that are in position of power to break in records. And this is why I think the older generation, because this guy's obviously probably 40s or something, they don't understand what it's like to really break in a record today. Do y'all remember Old Town Road? Do y'all remember Pop Smoke? How did those records get broken in? Was it a radio DJ? Y'all remember that song, One Margarita? Give me one. I'm not going to sing it, but y'all remember that song? How did those songs get broken in? And there's plenty of other songs. Y'all remember that song called Geekin' by DDG? I don't hear that on the radio, but that song is popping. I could drop that song at a club right now. It'll go off. You remember that song Holster by Lil Yachty? How did that get broken in? I think it was from this app called TikTok. Because I never heard any of those songs on the radio. And I listen to the radio. I've started listening to it more because I got to do my research on what is popular or whatever. But I didn't hear those songs on the radio. Not at all. They got broken in by regular people like you and me and other DJs that play them on their TikToks, on their live mixes. Regular DJs, regular producers, regular people that post. Not celebrities. Interesting. And another thing I touched on this post, because this guy was clearly ignorant to DJ culture. There's only a select few top DJs that have a position of power in Dallas. I'd say there's probably like maybe 5 or 6 of them. And I'm not going to name them all. Y'all could just look them up. And it's kind of funny because some of them aren't even from Dallas. But we have so many nightclubs and bars here. So many resident DJs that play in front of crowds of 500 plus people every single weekend, who have the microphone control, who have access to 4 to 5 hours every single weekend, every single Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they have the crowd completely under their control. And you don't think they have the power to break a record? Do you know how many songs I Shazam just by going to a nightclub, listening to a DJ play it? Songs I never heard of. That's how I found out about Holster, actually, is going to a nightclub. I think I was at, it was either Stir or Clutch, or one of these clubs, and I heard a DJ play Holster, and I was like, yo, that's like different. So my slow brother, you don't think that a DJ who ain't powerful, you don't think they can break a record by playing it 4 or 5 times at a nightclub, constantly announcing, constantly promoting on the microphone, getting it going? You out your fucking mind, dude. And this is why I don't think y'all should be listening to these old heads that don't know shit about DJing, bro. They don't. They just sit in their studios and just sit on their ass, and they see what's going on the internet. They see the numbers on the blur, and they think that that's all it is. They're not really out in the streets. And this is why people that are studio engineers, studio rappers, they're not real about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We as DJs, we're constantly out at nightclubs. We're constantly DJing at nightclubs and seeing other people. We see how records can get up in there. For instance, one song that I discovered from another DJ is this Nah For Real record. It's like, I'm getting money. Nah, for real. Nah, for real. That's a Dallas artist. I never heard that on the radio. Now, I hear it on the radio now, but I heard it at a nightclub. No, I heard it at a restaurant, Kitchen and Cocktails. And I was like, yo, this is dope. I Shazam the record, started playing it for myself. It got a great reaction. The DJs that have been doing it as a conglomerate are breaking in the records. It's not just one person that does it. It's a conglomerate of people who hear a record and it propagates. It gets in the decks of many DJs, which is why you should talk to all DJs. And then eventually that song gets hype. You have to listen to what the radio DJs even want. What do they tell you? Anybody who isn't ignorant, or not even ignorant, just stupid, because when people tell you what's going on, you don't listen. What is it the radio DJs tell you when they try to figure out what your record's about? What is it that they tell you? If you were a local artist and you came to a radio DJ saying, "Hey, I got a hot song. I got a hot song." What is it that they're going to ask you? First of all, they're going to ask you how is it reacting to the streets? How do people around you react to it? So they're trying to figure out, are you really building the buzz in the streets with this record? Does it really have the clout to get broken into? Do people actually like this record? Are you just a random ass dude coming up here saying, play this record because I think it's hot? But you haven't put in the work to build up a flame yet. We could turn it on fire, but you got to spark that flame, which means talking to all the DJs that you could find, getting them to spin your record, recording reactions of people in the club, spinning your record, building up hype, constantly doing that. And do that for like a straight, like a whole summer, like go out 7 days a week for a whole summer. 7 days a week, bro, Dallas is big. If you do this 7 days a week, at least 2 clubs a night, go out and get DJs to spin your record. I guarantee you that stuff will get up there, especially if it's a good record. Trust me. But see, I told this guy this. Well, I tried to get on the point to tell this guy this, but he's so ignorant. See what I'm saying? What's the Bible verse? Proverbs 26:4. You don't argue with idiots. Let me actually pull that up because I think that's very important that we learn to understand that. Let me pull this up because I think it's very important that we understand this proverb, because I feel like a lot of us are wasting our time at trying to help people who don't understand. And I feel like a lot of y'all are scared to help people just because they may seem successful, and you don't want to give them advice because you think, oh, they probably already know it. No, this guy clearly did not know it. And see, I'm only passionate about this because when you come on and you degrade me talking about, oh, I'm not getting money doing this, you don't have this, you don't have that, yeah, I'm gonna get on your ass. Now the Christian in me, I probably don't need to be doing that, but yeah, that one got me pretty passionate. He got me on that one. Let's see. Here we go. The image is so small. Y'all check this out. I don't know, some of y'all might not be religious, but check this out. Proverbs 26:4. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou also be like unto him. Which means you talk to a fool, you respond to a fool in foolish ways, then you become the fool. So if they spit at you and you spit back, then you're a spitter just like him, pretty much. Verse 5. Answer a fool according to his folly, lest be wise in his own consent. Which means if you learn how to control and not to react to the trolls, you will actually be a king. Trolls deal with other trolls. Kings just look down on y'all like, what the fuck are y'all doing? So we got to be a king in that sense. Don't talk to the trolls. See, I also want to touch on that because I don't want people to get discouraged when they have conversations with people like that, when you're trying to help people out and they just degrade you or whatever. Don't get discouraged. Whatever he said didn't affect me. It didn't discourage me. It just had me concerned because this dude he's actually a genuine dude, man. He's a genuine dude. So him saying that, it almost felt like, is that really you? But that was really him. So true colors have been shown. But just pray for the people that really just bring you down and all that, because they're really just haters and they just don't know what's going on. They don't understand. So when you have people that don't understand, that say belligerent things to you, don't let that get you down. Keep going in whatever you're doing. Don't let that stop you. This is a test. Don't let it stop you. You'll start a business. You'll make $1,000 in 1 year. Okay, cool. That's not a lot of money yet. To you, it might be. But $1,000 for a whole year, you made a business for your first year doing it. Congrats, you made some income. some of your friends and family might be, that's all you made? So you've been spending all these hours a day doing this, and all you made is $1,000 for the whole year? You know what I'm saying? Then you think, look, you're the same person talking about my business, but have you even bought a product from me? Have you even shown up to an event? You don't even offer good advice. All you do is maybe just talk about where you at yet? Where you at yet? How come you missed practice? How come you didn't come to this? How come you? Because you're out there working on that business. You only making $1,000, blah, blah, blah. See, these people, they don't like you doing things outside the box. Okay? It's funny that if you got a co-sign by somebody who was famous or very successful in it, then it would automatically be an okay, my son or my daughter, he gonna make it. But when you build it up from the mud by yourself, people just doubt you. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. When you build it up from the fucking mud by yourself, people just freaking doubt you left and right. And it's sad. It's sad. That's why I feel like a lot of people are fighting for cosigns, because it alleviates that pressure of people doubting you. That's why I like 3 6 Mafia, because they were one of the first biggest rap groups to build it up from the mud, and their music is being sampled across all artists across the world. That 808s and that hi-hat drum pattern, bro, every song on the radio. 21 Savage, Drake, the Ski Yeager, Sexy Red, all these guys, they're all using the same formula. It's a super basic formula that they perfected, and everybody's using it now. And they have so many haters coming up, doing it from the mud. Just like the Bone Thugs versus 3 6 Mafia battle. DJ Paul said something obvious. They didn't get no cosign by Eazy-E. They didn't get a cosign by NWA. 3 6 Mafia built that from the mud. That's why they're one of my favorite rap groups, man. One of my favorite rap groups. I like them because they hustle.